Hello everyone. So we will continue with the topic of communalism, and this is our lecture second for social issues. Communalism forms part of your social issue topic and it forms part of your paper 1. So basically we will learn everything about communalism and what are the roots of communalism, what is the present status of communalism as far as India is concerned. Okay, so we will study everything about communalism. See, you must you must be having a fair idea about this communalism. Basically, communalism is an ideology. What it is, it's an ideology. Okay, and it has got its root in the modern Indian history of India. It has got its root in the modern history of India, and it's actually an ideology. Okay, so you must be having a fair idea about it. Why? Because every now and then we see communal issues happening in the country. Okay, communal incidents happening between two different communities in the country, whether it may be Hindu Muslims or Hindu and Dalits, or any two communities who turn antagonistic towards each other on the basis of their religion. On the basis of their religion, if two communities turn antagonistic towards each other and they carry out violent activities against each other, or any kind of conflict between two different communities on the basis of their religion, that is called as communalism. So what is the base of this particular ideology? The base of this particular ideology is religion. Okay, and because India is a country of so many diverse religions and so many different castes, so many different belief systems, obviously this issue of communalism is quite prevalent in our country, but it has got its roots attached in the modern Indian history or even before that. Okay, so it's not a very new ideology. It has communal feelings have always been present in India, because obviously India being such a diverse country, so many religions, so many belief systems and castes are there in our country, that obviously the feeling of antagonism between two communities that to develop is not a very strange thing, okay, in our country. So basically, if in short, if you want to understand what is communalism, first of all you must know that it's an ideology. Its basis is religion. Whenever two different communities having different religions, different religious beliefs turn antagonistic towards each other, that is called as communalism. And because it is not a very rare phenomenon, every year we hear some or the other communal incidents happening, communal violence happening based on different antagonistic feelings, different kind of communal violence amongst different communities keep happening in our country. So it's not a very rare topic we keep. Now in detail we will study about what is the basis of this communalism, what are the historical reasons, how it is deeply rooted in our historically or history, and what is the basis of communalism, and everything we will study. What is the present scenario of communal situation in our country, everything we will study in this lecture. Okay, so what it is, it's an ideology. First of all, it states that society is divided into religious communities, okay, whose interests differ and are at times even opposed to each other. So basically, we know that different religious communities reside in our country, and because different religious communities reside in the country, they even live in a very peaceful manner also. Okay, there are two you know ways to live in a society. You can either have a very peaceful life or peaceful situation between two different communities. They are living in a very harmonious situation, peaceful situation. Okay, or they may not live peacefully and they may create violence amongst each other, or they may have the feeling of antagonism or conflict amongst each other. So there are two manners in which communities will always, two religious communities will live in a society. So communalism is an ideology which states that society is divided into religious communities, but whose interests differ and they are even at times opposed to each other. This antagonism, which is practiced by the people of one community against the people of another community, that is termed as communalism. Okay, so this feeling of hatred or this feeling of kind of an antagonism and conflict kind of a situation between two different religious communities is called as communalism. So in the way what it does, it promotes belief in orthodox tenets and principles, obviously, because if you are open minded, if you are not conservative, why will you turn against another community? So obviously it is promoting orthodox principles, intolerance. If obviously you have to show a bit of scientific temper and tolerant attitude if you are living in a country with so much diverse religious beliefs and so many communities following their different religious and cultural practices. So you have to show the quality of tolerance amongst different communities. And whenever there is a quality, whenever there is a feeling of intolerance amongst two different religious communities, obviously communalism will happen, and hatred of other religions, and it actually divides the society on the basis of religion. Divides the society on the basis of religion. So this is what communalism is. What is the positive aspect of communalism? See, whenever you are very much deeply attached to your religion, that is not bad. Being attached to one's own religious beliefs, being attached to one's own cultural identity is not bad. But if you think that you will impose your religious beliefs, or you will impose your cultural identity, and if you start thinking that your religious beliefs or identity are in conflict with some other religious beliefs or identity, it is then that the feeling turns bad actually. So positive aspects of communalism can even be that you are having an affinity towards your own community, towards your own religious beliefs, that is fine. But whenever it turns against another community or another religion, then that is bad. Okay. So positive is if you are having affinity towards your own community, and so that you are actually involved in efforts for social and economic upliftment of your community. As far as you are working for social and economic upliftment of your own community, it's not bad. But when you turn this feeling against another religion community just because they do not follow your own religion, you turn antagonistic against some other religion, then that is actually which is called, which is not good for the peace and harmony and the peace and harmony of the society. So, however, in negative connotation, it's an ideology which emphasizes the separate identity of a religious group in relation to other groups, and उसकी tendency क्या होती है to promote its own interests at the expense of others. So this is bad. What is the negative connotation of communalism? That it's an ideology when it turns and when it starts seeing the separate identity of religious groups, and it actually tries to foster its own interests at the expense of the other religious groups, then that is bad. Okay, so basically there are two aspects of communalism also. One is the positive aspect of communalism, the other is the negative aspect of communalism. So you have to understand both its manifestations. So it manifests itself in positive manner also and negative manner also. If you are working for the social and economic upliftment of your own community, you are attached and having affinity towards your own individual own community, it's not bad. But if you turn your interest and you start to promote a tendency to turn against any other religious community, and you promote your interest at the expense of other religious communities, then that is bad. Okay, so both are aspects you must know. Okay, so this is about a brief idea about communalism, what it is. Okay, and we have seen that obviously it is rooted. What is the history of communalism in India and how it is still affecting the peace and harmony of our nation? That we will see in the later slides. But till now, you have to understand that what is the basic formula or what is the basis of communalism. Okay, so basically communalism is also communalism जो एक आइडियोलॉजी है या जो एक फिनोमेनन है वो कुछ स्टेजेस में काम करता है. लाइक इट्स नॉट दैट कि एक सिंपल एक डेफिनेशन है कम्युनलिज्म की. इट वर्क्स इन वेरियस स्टेजेस. सो बेसिकली अकॉर्डिंग टू an author, you must have heard of this author, or he's not just an author, he's a scholar himself, called as Bipin Chandra. He has actually studied this phenomenon of communalism in detail, and he has divided the communalism into three stages. Okay, three stages: first stage, second stage, and third stage. And it depends on the intensity of the feeling of communalism amongst the society that he divides this communalism into three stages. That it's not just one simple straightforward phenomenon. Communalism also happens in particular stages in a society. Okay, दैट इज फर्स्ट जो स्टेज होता है कम्युनलिज्म का, उसमें सिर्फ एक क्लास कॉन्शियसनेस आती है. आपको सिर्फ नॉर्मल कम्युनल कॉन्शियसनेस आती है दैट यू बिलोंग टू डिफरेंट क्लासेस. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल, and this in the context of India. See, you have to understand that communalism एक phenomenon है. It's not just limited to India. We are here studying about, because here we are studying about Indian society, and communalism is a part of Indian society. So we are studying the situation of communalism in India, but communalism is not just limited, or it's not just confined to India, it's a worldwide problem. Like for example, in US, communalism is in the form basically of racism between white and black. ठीक है. In different other communities, communalism takes different forms. Okay, like in European countries, communalism का meaning कुछ different होता है. In US, it is basically struggle between whites and blacks, or you can call racism. In India, it is the animosity between two different religion communities. So in different countries, it takes different forms, but basic जो एक फंडा है वो obviously same रहता है कि it obviously creates divisions in the society. It divides the society on the basis of certain principles, whether it may be religion or it may be any other vociferous tendency. So basically, is that you have to remember the basic thing or the core value of communalism, but it takes different forms in different countries. So as because here we are studying about Indian society, so India में जो communalism का जो क्या color होता है, या India में जो communalism का क्या characteristics है, हम उसके बारे में पढ़ेंगे. So in India, basically communalism happens in three stages. First stage में basically क्या होता है कि society starts to believe that they are having they kind of get aware of their communal feelings. एक type of communal consciousness generate होता है first stage में. So basically, this in Indian society happened in the second half of the 19th century due to social religious reform movements. We know that there have been different social religious reform movements in the India. आर्य समाज movement था इंडिया में, then इंडिया में मुस्लिम्स के बहुत सारे movements थे, फेराजी movement, दियोबंद movements, इस तरीके के बहुत सारे social religious reform movements इंडिया में थे. Okay, that those movements, after those movements took place, there was a kind of a communal consciousness that arose. Okay, and you can understand it on the basis of one example, that when a Hindu begins to think himself as a Hindu and a Muslim begins to think himself as a Muslim, or when a peasant, for example, starts recognizing himself as a peasant, or a worker in a mill starts recognizing himself as a mill worker. That is, if you are in a society, in a different strata of society, you start to get conscious about where you stand as a class, where you stand as a caste, where you stand as a class. जब एक तरीके की एक class consciousness develop होने लग जाती है, that is called as the first stage of communalism. Okay, second stage of communalism is known as the liberal communalism. वहाँ पे क्या होता है? It is actually a stage which is marked by the development where a particular group of people or community starts believing that their political, economic, social, and religious interests are different from the other community. Okay, they start believing that okay, if we belong to one community, like for example, if we are Hindus are a one form of community on the basis of their religion, Muslims are another religious community on the basis of their religion. When they think that okay, their secular interests are same, okay, if their secular interests are same, they just belong to two different communities. Okay, then that is first stage of communalism. Okay, that our secular interests are same. Okay, that is the first stage. But when they start believing that even their on the basis of their caste or on the basis of their religion, even their political, economic, social, and religious interests are different from each other, then that is the second stage of communalism. That is, for example, political, economic factors क्या होते हैं, like for example, jobs हो गए या पॉलिटिक्स में representation हो गया. अगर मुस्लिम्स या हिंदूज ऐसा बिलीव करने लग जाएं कि they may have different access to job opportunities or employment opportunities or political representation opportunities, उनके different है just because they belong to two different religious communities, that kind of a consciousness is actually called as your second stage of communalism, wherein the two different religion communities start believing that their political, economic, social, and religious interests are different from each other. What is the third stage of communalism? So obviously second stage of communalism develops from your first stage. Okay, that is why this arrow is being shown over here to explain you that the second stage has originated from the first stage, and the third stage develops from the second stage. The third stage of communalism develops from the second stage of communalism, and that is called as extreme communalism. What it's called the extreme communalism. And what it is, the third stage of communalism is when a group of people start believing that their interests are not only divergent, okay, but they also begin to clash. They think, okay, here jahan tak ki consciousness thi that their interests are different, but when they start to believe that their interests are not only different but they are conflicting to each other, or they are contradictory to each other, totally different from each other, or they are conflict, they are, that is in the long run their interests might collide, or their interests might conflict with each other, or they are contradictory to each other, and they start believing that their existence in the society on the basis of two different religion community is not possible. That is when the two different religious communities start believing that their interests are so divergent that they may even collide or clash with each other, and they are contradictory to each other, that they can't even live or they can't even coexist in the same society. It is then that actually leads to violence, and this is called as extreme form of communalism, or the third stage of communalism, when the two different religious communities they start believing that their interests are divergent, they are contradictory, and their coexistence or peaceful coexistence in the same society is not possible. That leads to violence between the two different communities, and that is the extreme form of communalism, or the third stage of communalism. And it derives obviously from the second stage. तो ये एक प्रोग्रेस होता है, फर्स्ट के बाद सेकंड स्टेज आता है, सेकंड के बाद थर्ड स्टेज आता है. कई बार सोसाइटीज में सिर्फ सेकंड स्टेज ऑफ कम्युनलिज्म ही रह जाता है, विच इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज द मॉडरेट फॉर्म ऑफ कम्युनलिज्म और लिबरल कम्युनलिज्म. कभी कभी सिर्फ बहुत ही मॉडरेट फॉर्म ऑफ कम्युनलिज्म रह जाता है, सिर्फ फर्स्ट स्टेज ही डेवलप हो पाता है. बट बहुत सारी ऐसे सोसाइटीज में इवन एक्सट्रीम कम्युनलिज्म भी डेवलप होता है, एंड इट इज ओनली देन दैट वायलेंस एंड अदर सच activities take place. Okay, so these are the three stages of communalism basically. Now, what are the characteristics of communalism? If you are studying about an ideology, तो आपको एक ब्रॉड वे में ये भी पता होना चाहिए कि एक कम्युनलिज्म, अगर हमने समझा कि ठीक है कम्युनलिज्म एक फिलॉसफी है या एक आइडियोलॉजी है, तो उसमें आपको ये भी पता होना चाहिए कि और क्या डिफरेंट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स हैं कम्युनलिज्म के, दैट इज इन हाउ मेनी manifestations of communalism, that is in how many manner does communalism manifest itself in the society. So you have to understand that it's a philosophical notion. Obviously it's an ideology, so it is based on a particular philosophy. There is a philosophical backing behind this communalism philosophy. It is a multifaceted process. Obviously single कोई dimension नहीं है, बहुत सारे dimensions होते हैं communalism के, हमने देखा कि stages भी हैं. It's have wider base होता है. It incorporates social, economic and political aspects. Okay, it causes competition obviously between two different religious communities, ferocity and tension also. It is used by the upper class people and elites as advance for separation and mistreatment of the communal identities of the poorer groups. Okay, communalism is simply planned by opportunistic political economic interest of the contending groups and factions within a political party or by the political parties. So this is actually how the communal feeling which is present between the two different religion communities in a society is misused by the political class. What these political leaders do, they during the elections to form their vote banks or to gain votes or to garner electoral support, what they do is they pitch one community against another community, because they know that there is a weak point which is present. There is a kind of a communal feeling which is present between two different communities, and they will try to pitch one community against another community. So they are misusing this feeling of communalism to create ruckus in the society. So this political जो opportunists होते हैं या जो अपना खुद का इंटरेस्ट रखना चाहते हैं पहले, व्हाट दे आर डूइंग इज दे आर मिसयूजिंग द फीलिंग ऑफ कम्युनलिज्म इन द सोसाइटी टू क्रिएट disharmony, or to create or to disbalance the peace in the society. So obviously this feeling is communalism is actually misused by various political parties and groups for their own vested interests also, to garner votes and to say that okay, that what they do is like the Britishers did in the past, that okay, we are working for your welfare. One political party will claim that it is working for the welfare of one religious communities, and the other opposition party will claim that we will work for your welfare. So to two different political parties, they are actually have vested interests only, but they will claim in front of the religious communities that we will work for your own welfare, so you give us votes. So basically to gain electoral support or to create a kind of vote bank for themselves, they will use this communal feeling amongst the society for their own vested interests. Okay, communalism assaults at the, obviously because there's a feeling of egalitarianism. Egalitarianism means equality in the society. What is egalitarianism? Egalitarianism is actually equality in the society. equality in the society. So basically, this communalism feeling, what it is doing, it is disturbing the egalitarianism principles of the society. सेक्युलरिज्म फील जो एक प्रिंसिपल्स होता है सोसाइटी का, उसको डिस्टर्ब करता है, एंड ऑब्वियसली इट इज डिस्टर्बिंग द नेशनल इंटीग्रेशन ऑफ द society. Consequences of communalism are real. So basically, these are the broad characteristics, that it is how it is being misused by the political groups for their own vested interests. See that they are turning one community against the other for their own electoral benefits, or trying to get the vote of one community against another community. They will pitch one community against another. It causes competition, tension, and ferocity amongst different communities. Okay, so these are actually basically the broad characteristics of communalism. Okay, now there is a certain chronology of communal violence in India also, that you must know that the major communal incidents that have taken place in India after independence. You have to understand that communalism is not new to India. Even before independence, in the British Indian history also, it has got its roots in the British Indian history only. The way the Britishers administered our society or administered India, it is actually from there that the communalism has actually arisen in the Indian society. That we will study in detail when we will study the historical factors behind communalism. But even after independence, okay, there have been major communal incidents in our country where there was a lot of communal violence and hatred which was seen, and lot of bloodshed and everything happened. So the major communal incidents that have happened is 1969 Ahmedabad riot, the 1984 Sikh riots. In detail you must read about these incidents, like थोड़ी बहुत line आपको पता कर लोगे कि in particular incidents के पीछे जो specific reasons थे वो क्या थे. That you can study in internet. आप पढ़ सकते हो कि क्या specific reasons थे. बट मेजर इंसिडेंट्स जो थे वो ये थे. ठीक है, मीरठ राइट्स हुए थे, भागलपुर राइट हुए थे, देन बाबरी मस्जिद डिमोलिशन हुआ था. दैट सेट ऑफ राइट्स बिटवीन दिसंबर 1992 एंड जनवरी 1993 का. ये तो सबको ही इस बारे में पता होगा, बाबरी मस्जिद डिमोलिशन केस के बारे में. वो 1992 में हुआ था, उसके बारे में पढ़ लेना. फिर मुंबई राइट्स हुए थे 1992 में, गुजरात राइट्स हुए थे. अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट 2013 में मुजफ्फरपुर राइट्स हुए थे. 2013 में मुजफ्फरपुर राइट्स हुए थे. तो बेसिकली ये थी अभी अभी लास्ट ईयर, जस्ट लास्ट ईयर 2019 में दिल्ली में हुए थे. 2019 में दिल्ली में राइट्स हुए थे. Okay, those are also the examples of communal violence only because it was based on communal issues only. So 2019 के जो दिल्ली राइट्स हैं, ठीक है, दे आर ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज काइंड ऑफ अ कम्युनल वायलेंस ओनली. फिर 2002 में गुजरात राइट्स के बारे में सबको पता ही, बाबरी मस्जिद. तो ये सारे मेजर कम्युनल इंसिडेंट्स हैं जो इंडिया में हो चुके हैं अब तक. ठीक है, व्हाट आर रीजंस बिहाइंड कम्युनलिज्म, हम ये पढ़ते हैं. इट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक. आपको पता होना चाहिए कि ठीक है, कम्युनलिज्म ये है, इतने कम्युनल वायलेंस इंसिडेंट्स इंडिया में हो चुके हैं, कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स कम्युनलिज्म का ये है, स्टेजेस कम्युनलिज्म की है. बट मेन रीजंस क्या है कम्युनलिज्म के, वो आपको पता होना चाहिए. So communalism, basically the major factors that contributed towards the emergence and growth of communalism in modern India. You have to understand that ये तो major incidents है communal violence के, जो हमें independence के बाद देखने को मिलते हैं. ठीक है, 1684. But जो roots है communalism के, you have to understand that it's a phenomenon which is based on deeply rooted in the British Indian history. ठीक है, तो historical factors क्या थे? सबसे बड़ी बात थी British imperialism and their policy of divide and rule. तो इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ अगर आप इसको स्टोरी की तरह समझोगे तो आपको अच्छा लगेगा कि किस तरीके से धीरे धीरे करके कम्युनलिज्म को डीप रूटेड करा गया इंडियन सोसाइटी में. तो कैसे Britishers always tried to pit one community against another. We know that they had come out with the formula of separate electorates in the year 1909 only. They had come up with the idea of separate electorates, that okay, different religion communities will represent themselves in elections by selecting their own electoral candidates, जो कि पहले feeling नहीं थी. तो obviously that created animosity among society, created a kind of a separate feeling in the society, or divided the society on the basis of religion, that okay, our interests are different, so we will be represented by different separate electorates. Okay, so that was one step or taken by the Britishers that actually started sowing the seeds of communalism in the society. That was the separate electorate rule, and that separate electorate rule was even accepted by the Congress in 1916. That further aggravated the feeling of communalism. Then apart from that, the formation of Muslim League, the formation of other Hindu fundamentalist organizations, to counter the Muslim League like the Hindu Mahasabha and all other such organizations that were formed that actually sowed feelings of communalism. Then there were various religious reform movements also like the Shuddhi movement वगैरह आर्य समाज के जो शुद्धि movement थे या जो दियोबंद मूवमेंट थे इस तरीके के जो मुस्लिम एंड हिंदू रिवाइवलिस्ट मूवमेंट्स थे लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल जो आर्य समाज मूवमेंट था या डिफरेंट जो पॉलिटिकल मॉडर्न इंडियन लीडर्स भी थे उन्होंने भी कहीं ना कहीं डायरेक्टली इनडायरेक्टली नोइंग और अननोइंगली कम्युनल फीलिंग्स को रिस्टोर किया सोसाइटी में ओके हाउ that they started glorifying the ancient Indian history because according to them, ancient Indian history में basically mainly Hindu rulers थे, and they started degrading the medieval Indian history. Okay, medieval Indian history को उन्होंने degrade करना चालू कर दिया, and ancient Indian history को glorify करना चालू कर दिया. That also kind of created resentment amongst the Muslim section of the society. बिकॉज मिडीवल में बेसिकली मुस्लिम रूलर्स थे तो इस तरीके के जो कुछ एक्टिविटीज मॉडर्न इंडियन हिस्ट्री में हुई दैट स्टार्टेड सोइंग द सीड्स ऑफ कम्युनलिज्म इन इंडिया एंड अल्टीमेटली व्हाट इट led after the coming of formation of Muslim League and after the coming of Ali Jinnah in the picture, he slowly and gradually started even exaggerating this feeling in the society and actually to start sowing the seed that the Muslim interests are totally different from the interests of the Hindus in India and which ultimately led to the partition of our country on communal basis. So you have to understand that 1947 में communal rights इतने बढ़ गए थे that उससे ही कहीं ना कहीं परेशान होकर and because there was no solution to this communal problem which was in the first place this was brought up by the British policies only but ultimately that situation got out of control in 1947 और communal rights इतने बढ़ गए कि on the basis of that only the India was divided and Pakistan was carved out of India. So even the partition of India is because of the feeling of communalism only and because of this communal hatred and communal violence only India was partitioned into two parts. So basically the one phenomenon which was started in its place by Britishers, but then lot of other sections or lot of other actors also played a lot of major role in promoting communalism in the Indian society. Ultimately led to the partition of India on the basis of communalism only and religious basis पे कहीं ना कहीं partition हुआ इंडिया का तो obviously हम समझ सकते हैं कि communalism का कितना बड़ा रोल था partition में and बहुत सारे ऐसे चीजें हुई इंसिडेंट्स ऐसे हुए जिसकी वजह से कम्युनलिज्म कहीं ना कहीं ग्रो करता गया स्टेप बाय स्टेप इन द इंडियन सोसाइटी right from starting from the British policy of divide and rule whether it was the partition of Bengal you have to understand that even Bengal was partitioned because of the religious basis only okay right from starting of partition of Bengal till up to partition of India in 1947 कहीं ना कहीं कम्युनलिज्म ग्रो करता गया in various stages in the Indian society okay so now the second policy is disappointment and disaffection है बहुत ज़्यादा young and aspiring middle class youth में which is caused by stagnant agriculture, absence of modern industrial development and inadequate employment opportunities. तो अगर for example एक particular religious community में ये problems ज़्यादा हैं और employment opportunities उतनी नहीं है जिसकी वजह से that community is not able to progress economically, obviously it will turn antagonistic amongst other against another community also. So that is actually being exploited by political opportunists to turn one community against another. So that is what is the conclusion that you have to work for the economic development of different religious communities so that जो economic deprivation है एक तरीके का ये जो एक तरीके का deprivation feel करते हैं one community against another community that they will not feel. Then Hindu and Muslim revivalist movements we saw कि शुद्धि movements किए गए आर्य समाज के थ्रू ठीक है टू फिर शुद्धि मूवमेंट और कन्वर्टिज्म वगैरह भी किया गया इस तरीके से अलग अलग तरीके से एंशिएंट और मिडिवल हिस्ट्री को ग्लोरीफाई करना एक को डिग्रेड करना एक को ग्लोरीफाई करना एंड और बहुत सारे लाइक तिलक वगैरह जो मॉडर्न इंडियन हिस्ट्री के फ्रीडम फाइटर्स थे उनके थ्रू जो गणपति फेस्टिवल्स और इस तरीके की चीजें करके कहीं ना कहीं एक डिस्ट्रस्ट जो डेवलप करा गया हिंदू एंड मुस्लिम्स के बीच में because at one point of time in history during 1857 revolt जो हुआ था there was lot of unity which was being seen between Hindu and Muslim communities during the 1857 revolt okay but उसके बाद धीरे धीरे करके after the 1857 revolt जो unity देखी गई थी between the Hindus and Muslims धीरे धीरे वो unity started degrading okay because of the various हिंदू एंड मुस्लिम रिवाइवलिस्ट मूवमेंट्स या सोशियो रिलीजियस रिफॉर्म मूवमेंट्स ने भी बहुत ज़्यादा रोल प्ले किया था, बिकॉज दे स्टार्टेड developing a kind of a communal consciousness amongst the different communities, and they started developing a feeling that the interests of Hindus and Muslims are different from each other. Okay, तो ये टाइप की चीज़ें जो हुई वो उसने कहीं ना कहीं कम्युनलिज्म की फीलिंग को स्ट्रेंथन किया इन द इंडियन सोसाइटी. A communal and distorted view of the Indian history taught in schools and colleges that played a major role in the rise and growth of communal feelings amongst the masses. This we have discussed. Okay, then separatism and isolation among the Muslims, rise of communal and fundamental parties. This is one of the most major reason of the rise of communalism in India was because there were a lot of fundamentalist parties that were formed on the religious basis to actually promote the feeling of communalism in India, and their vested interest was to misuse this feeling of hatred to gain or to garner votes. Okay, ऑर्थोडॉक्सी एंड ऑब्सक्यूरिटी, ऑब्वियसली कंजर्वेटिज्म अगर सोसाइटी में होगा या फंडामेंटलिज्म होगा, ऑब्वियसली इट वुड प्रमोट कम्युनलिज्म बिकॉज इट प्रमोट कॉन्फ्लिक्ट बिटवीन टू डिफरेंट रिलीजियस कम्युनिटीज. ओके, बिकॉज अब ऑब्वियसली अगर ऐसा कंजर्वेटिज्म फंडामेंटलिस्ट फिलोसफी क्या होती है दैट कोई भी रिलीजियस कम्युनिटी होती है या उसका सेक्ट होता है या उसका सबसेक्ट होता है, दे आर इंडल्जिंग इन प्रमोटिंग अ काइंड ऑफ कंजर्वेटिव फीलिंग्स एंड दैट showing that the interest they turn very rigid as far as their religious principles or tenets are concerned, and they think that no religion is better than their own religion. So this kind of a rigid philosophy is fundamentalism, and if you are promoting fundamentalism in a country like India, which is a land of different religious communities, obviously that will affect the tolerant attitude or the quality of tolerance amongst different religious communities, and that will actually affect the communal feeling in India, and it will lead confrontation, malice, and struggle between different communities. Obviously, because you have to develop a feeling of scientific temper and tolerance amongst different communities, and you do not have to promote fundamentalism. Then what were the design of the leaders in the modern Indian history? Communism has flourished because communist leaders of both the Hindu and Muslim communities. There were a lot of even the proper जो Hindu interests promote करने के लिए बहुत सारे communist leaders थे in the modern Indian history. ठीक है, and Muslim communities को भी represent करने के लिए, for example जिन्ना सर सैयद अहमद खान जो थे, Sir Syed Ahmad Khan today, because of his Aligarh movement and all that, he also kind of somehow directly, indirectly promoted the feeling of communalism, desired to flourish it in the interests of their communities, demand for separate electorate, organization of Muslim League, they were the practical manifestations of this line of thought. ये तो सेपरेट इलेक्टोरेट वाला पॉइंट हमने डिस्कस करा जो ब्रिटिश की पॉलिसी थी, डिवाइड द इंडियन सोसाइटी ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ रिलीजन. फिर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑफ मुस्लिम लीग या फॉर्मेशन ऑफ मुस्लिम लीग जो हुआ, दैट वाज आल्सो डन ऑन दिस बेसिस ओनली. British rule produced divide and rule policy, separate electorate on the basis of religion, and it strengthened the basis of communalism in India. Ultimately, partition of the country provided further antagonistic feeling towards each other. Then weak economic status due to their educational backwardness. Some minority communities have not been sufficiently expressed in the public service, industry, and trade, and obviously this causes the feeling of relative deprivation, and such feelings contain the seeds of communalism. तो एक इकोनॉमिक फैक्टर भी है कहीं ना कहीं कि उतना ज़्यादा बहुत सारे ऐसे माइनॉरिटी कम्युनिटीज़ हैं जिनको इतना सफिशिएंट रिप्रेजेंटेशन या नहीं मिला है पब्लिक सर्विस में, इंडस्ट्रीज में, ट्रेड में, एंड दे हैव नॉट प्रोग्रेस इकोनॉमिकली, एंड कहीं ना कहीं एजुकेशनल बैकवर्डनेस भी है. वी नो दैट इवन टुडे देयर आर लॉट ऑफ माइनॉरिटी कम्युनिटीज इन अवर कंट्री जिनका एजुकेशनल बैकवर्डनेस इतना ज़्यादा है कि वो उनका इकोनॉमिक डेवलपमेंट हो ही नहीं पा रहा है. And obviously that will promote the feeling of relative deprivation if they compare their situation to other religious communities, and that will sow the seeds of communalism. So it's not just between Hindus and Muslims, it might be between any different communities, even Dalits or any other community. Okay, now what is the administrative failure also leads to this. Weak law and order problem also promotes communal violence. Then role of political parties we have discussed. Politicians, what they do is they create communal situations in India. Okay, what they do is for the sake of vote bank, they actually try to promote the policy of appeasement. Appeasement means they try to kind of win the support of one community by doing unnecessary favors. By doing unnecessary favors, they will try to appease or gain the trust of one community against another. Then they will do selection of candidates on the basis of community, that on the basis of religion they will select more candidates from one religion, and they will not select candidates on a neutral basis. They will select the candidates on the basis of religion. Okay, they will promote this feeling of caste, subsect, etc. in a society by political जो parties होते हैं. They will flare up religious sentiments at the time of elections, okay, by passing hate speech against different religion communities, by showing one community better than the other community. Okay, so this is all done to gain votes basically. That actually leads to the rise of communalism. देन साइकोलॉजिकल फैक्टर्स भी होते जो दिल्ली राइट्स हुए थे वो इन्हीं सब चीज़ों पे बेस थे कि किस तरीके की हेट स्पीचेस दिए गई हैं डिफरेंट बाय द डिफरेंट पॉलिटिकल लीडर्स एट द टाइम ऑफ इलेक्शंस. जो हेट स्पीचेस दिए गए थे दैट एक्चुअली फ्लेयर्ड अप द फीलिंग ऑफ कम्युनलिज्म. तो ये सारे टाइप के रीजंस हैं. नाउ व्हाट आर द साइकोलॉजिकल फैक्टर्स व्हिच आर इन्वॉल्वड बिहाइंड दिस. साइकोलॉजिकल फैक्टर्स भी बहुत होते हैं, ठीक है. लैक ऑफ जो इंटरपर्सनल ट्रस्ट होता है या म्यूचुअल अंडरस्टैंडिंग होती है डिफरेंट रिलीजियस कम्युनिटीज में, अगर वो लैकिंग है कहीं ना कहीं, तो दैट विल लीड टू अ काइंड ऑफ अ थ्रेट, हैरेसमेंट, fear and danger in one community against the members of another community, which in turn leads to fight, hatred and anger phobia. Then what is the role of media? Media is also involved somehow to flare up the communal feelings. It is accused of sensationalism and it disseminates rumors as news, or you can say a kind of fake news. जो एक फेक न्यूज का प्रोपागेंडा चल रहा है इंडिया में, या बहुत सारे ऐसे न्यूज मीडिया हाउसेस हैं जो काइंड ऑफ फेक न्यूज स्प्रेड करते हैं एंड सेंसेशनलिज्म क्रिएट करते हैं. दे आर नॉट जस्ट प्रोवाइडिंग ट्रू जर्नलिज्म, दे आर नॉट बेस्ड ऑन ट्रू जर्नलिज्म, ऑन ट्रू न्यूज. दे आर एक्चुअली स्प्रेडिंग फेक न्यूज विच इज पिचिंग वन कम्युनिटी अगेंस्ट अनदर. लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल अभी कोविड के टाइम पे भी हमने देखा कि स्टार्टिंग में वो जो जमात वाला एपिसोड हुआ था कि जमात की वजह से बहुत ज़्यादा ये जो कोविड-19 था ये स्प्रेड हो गया था. But there were a lot of media houses which were actually they were trying to create a kind of sensation based on this epidemic, and they were, because these Jamaatis were Muslims, they were spreading the feeling of antagonism against the Muslim community as a whole. If there is a certain section of Jamaats or certain section of community which is actually negligent and has been less careful, how can defame the entire community on the basis of a certain section of a community. So बहुत सारे मीडिया हाउसेस थे जिन्होंने उस टाइम पे भी कम्युनलिज्म स्प्रेड करने की कोशिश करी. तो इस तरीके का जो मीडिया हाउसेस भी बहुत एक मेजर रोल प्ले करते हैं सेंसेशन के नाम पे. दे आर स्प्रेडिंग फेक न्यूज और प्रोपेगेंडा क्रिएट करते हैं टू डिस्टर्ब द कम्युनल फीलिंग्स basically. So that resulted into further tension and riots between two rival religious groups. Social media also has played a major role and a powerful medium to spread messages relating to communal tension or riot in any part of the country. So these are actually the various reasons for the spread of communalism in our society. Now, what are the various dimensions of communalism? What are the various dimensions of communalism? So till now we have studied a basic idea of behind communalism. Now we will study about the various dimensions of communalism. कि कम्युनलिज्म भी बहुत सारे इंटेंसिटी का होता है, ठीक है, कि किस तरीके का कम्युनलिज्म होता है. तो एक होता है एसिमिलेशनिस्ट. वो क्या होता है कि इट इज एक्चुअली अ डायमेंशन वेयर अ स्मॉल रिलीजियस ग्रुप और ग्रुप्स आर इंटीग्रेटेड और एसिमिलेटेड इनटू अ लार्जर रिलीजियस ग्रुप्स. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल डायमेंशन कम्युनलिज्म का ये होगा कि एक तो होगा एसिमिलेट करना. क्या मतलब होता है एसिमिलेट करने का? मतलब होता है इंटीग्रेट करना and to show that one small religious group is not different from any other major religious groups, and to show it as a part of the other major religious group only. That is, try to kind of create a feeling of integration among two different religious groups, or a small religious group and a larger religious group. That is called as an assimilationist tendency or dimension of communalism. ठीक है. Such communalism, it actually claims that, for example, scheduled tribes जो होते हैं, they are Hindus. Scheduled tribes is a smaller religious group, okay, but they will show that scheduled tribes are Hindus, or that Jains हैं, वो Sikhs हैं, Buddhists हैं, they are all Hindus. Basically, they are all Hindus only. तो इस तरीके की फीलिंग को प्रमोट करना that a small religious group is not very different from a larger religious group, to kind of create a feeling of integration among two small and a larger religious group, that is called as an assimilationist dimension of communalism, and they should be covered by the Hindu Marriage Act. What is the welfareist dimension of communalism? That if a community is working for the welfare or betterment of a particular or its own community, that is called as welfareist communalism. Like for example, बहुत सारे Christians होते हैं, वो ऐसा Christian organizations को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा प्रमोट करना चाहते हैं कि जो Christian की एक education होती है वो उनके communities तक पहुंच सके. So they are working for the welfare of their own community. That is welfareist dimension of communalism. They are not harming the interests of any other community. They are just working for the welfare of their own community. What is retreatist? Retreatist is somewhere when a community, it actually is encouraging its members to either participate in the politics or to abstain from politics. That leads to retreatist communalism. Like political participation को या तो enhance करती है या तो degrade करती है अपने communities का, होता है retreats. That they are asking the religious communities to stay away or abstain from politics. What is retaliatory communalism? One community harms or injures the people of other community. That is called as retaliatory communalism. What is separatist communalism? Demand of a separate identity surfaces, or a group of people they start demanding separation from a larger group. That is termed as a separatist communalism. Okay, तो आप इसके भी एक तरीके से आप इसको स्टेजेस के फॉर्म में ही समझ सकते हो कि वेलफेयरिस्ट भी होता है जहाँ एक कम्युनिटी अपने कम्युनिटी के वेलफेयर के लिए काम कर रही है. लाइक डिफरेंट क्रिश्चियन ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस अपना क्रिश्चियन एजुकेशन बेस्ड ऑन बाइबल एंड बाइबल के टीचिंग्स पे प्रमोट करते हैं क्योंकि वो अपनी कम्युनिटी का वेलफेयर चाहते हैं. ऐसे सिक्स हैं, वो अपनी कम्युनिटी के लिए कुछ अच्छा करना चाहते हैं तो दे विल ओपन वेरियस काइंड ऑफ जॉइंट्स फॉर ईटिंग एंड फॉर वेलफेयर ऑफ देयर ओन सिख कम्युनिटी. वो जो अपनी कम्युनिटी के वेलफेयर के लिए कर रहे हैं, एंड एज फार एज दे आर नॉट हार्मिंग द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ एनी अदर कम्युनिटी, वो वेलफेयरिस्ट अप्रोच हो गया. एसिमिलेशनिस्ट हमने पढ़ा क्या है. सेपरेटिस्ट दूसरा होता है, एंड सेसेशनिस्ट जो होता है वो क्या डायमेंशन होता है कम्युनलिज्म का. ये एक्सट्रीम फॉर्म है कम्युनलिज्म का. ठीक है. टू हैव अ सेपरेट पॉलिटिकल आइडेंटिटी, अ ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल दे स्टार्ट डिमांडिंग सेसेशन फ्रॉम अ स्टेट और यूनियन ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ रिलीजन. दैट इज कॉल्ड एज सेसेशनिस्ट कम्युनलिज्म. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल, सिख पॉपुलेशन और स्मॉल जो मिलिटेंट सेक्शन है सिख पॉपुलेशन का, इट इज डिमांडिंग खालिस्तान on the basis of Sikh religion. On the basis of Sikh religion, they are demanding कि हमारा सिख रिलीजन है एंड हमें ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ रिलीजन, जैसे आपने पाकिस्तान बनाया था ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ रिलीजन, मुस्लिम कंट्री है पाकिस्तान ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ रिलीजन, वैसे ही ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ सिख आइडेंटिटी वी want to form a separate country only or a separate nation of ourselves which is called as Khalistan. So such kind of a demand on the basis of a religion, that is you start kind of demanding secession only from a state or a nation on the basis of religious demand. Like for example, the demand for Khalistan, this is called as a secessionist form of communalism. Or for example, some Muslim militants are demanding independent Kashmir for themselves on the basis of their religious identity. They are demanding कि हमें different Kashmir चाहिए apart from India. हमें इंडिया में एक पार्ट नहीं होना. We want a different Kashmir and nation for ourselves on the basis of religion. This is called as a secessionist tendency or secessionist dimension of communalism. Okay, तो ये हो गया. तो इस तरीके से हमने देखा कि डायमेंशंस क्या है कम्युनलिज्म के, रीजंस क्या है कम्युनलिज्म के. ठीक है, हमने देखा स्टेजेस क्या है कम्युनलिज्म के और कम्युनलिज्म का एक बेसिक आइडिया देखा. उसके बाद हम पढ़ेंगे इन द एंड अबाउट द मेजर्स टू डील विद द प्रॉब्लम ऑफ कम्युनलिज्म. That is how to actually foster, how to combat this feeling of communalism in the society. What measures should the government take actually? तो अगर हम मेजर्स के बारे में पढ़ेंगे तो सबसे पहला क्या करना चाहिए. गवर्नमेंट शुड इंक्रीज द रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ माइनॉरिटी कम्युनिटीज एंड वीकर सेक्शंस इन ऑल द विंग्स ऑफ लॉ एनफोर्समेंट, even the training and forcing in human rights, especially the use of firearms in accordance with the United Nations Code of Conduct. That is basically, it is actually when होता क्या है कम्युनलिज्म अराइज कब होता है, जब डिफरेंट कम्युनिटीज या माइनॉरिटी कम्युनिटी एक मेजॉरिटी कम्युनिटी को एक एंटागोनिस्टिक व्यू से देखने लगे, या एक उनमें एक तरीके का डेप्रिवेशन फीलिंग, या वो डेप्रिवेशन किसी भी टाइप का हो सकता है. इकोनॉमिक डेप्रिवेशन भी हो सकता है, रिलीजियस डेप्रिवेशन भी हो सकता है. तो if one community starts to feel weaker or deprived as compared to another community, only then communalism arises. So to counter this, you must increase the representation of those minority communities and weaker sections in all such जो एक स्ट्रॉन्ग ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस होते हैं, लॉ एनफोर्समेंट एजेंसीज होती हैं, उनको वहाँ रिप्रेजेंटेशन दो ताकि उनको ये ना लगे दैट वी आर नॉट बीइंग रिप्रेजेंटेड इन द लॉ एनफोर्समेंट और इस तरीके के ह्यूमन राइट्स वाले ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस में हमारा पार्टिसिपेशन भी है, सो दैट वी कैन वर्क फॉर आवर वेलफेयर एंड वी आर नॉट डिपेंडेंट टू वी आर नॉट डिपेंडेंट ऑन अदर मेजोरिटी कम्युनिटीज फॉर आवर वेलफेयर, हमें भी रिप्रेजेंटेशन मिल रहा है कहीं ना कहीं, तो इस तरीके का रिप्रेजेंटेशन बढ़ाना चाहिए। फिर एक कोडिफाइड गाइडलाइंस होनी चाहिए एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन की, स्पेशलाइज ट्रेनिंग देनी चाहिए पुलिस को टू हैंडल द कम्युनल राइट्स। ओके, स्पेशल इन्वेस्टिगेशन एंड प्रोसिक्यूशन एजेंसीज को फॉर्म करना चाहिए ताकि जो कम्युनल फीलिंग्स होती है उनको काउंटर कर सके। वैल्यू ओरिएंटेड एजुकेशन प्रोवाइड करनी चाहिए विद द फोकस ऑन द वैल्यूज ऑफ पीस, नॉन वायलेंस, कंपैशन, सेक्युलरिज्म एंड ह्यूमनिज्म की वैल्यूज को प्रमोट करने के लिए एक वैल्यू ओरिएंटेड एजुकेशन प्रमोट करनी चाहिए सोसाइटी में, सो दैट साइंटिफिक टेम्पर डेवलप हो सके, ठीक है, रैशनलिज्म डेवलप हो सके एज कोर वैल्यूज इन द चिल्ड्रन बोथ इन स्कूल्स एंड कॉलेजेस। It will be actually vital in preventing communal feelings. Then a proactive approach by the National Foundation of Communal Harmony. Now, this NFCH is a very prominent organization which is actually responsible for promoting communal harmony. And this organization, National Foundation for Communal Harmony, should adopt a very proactive approach in carrying out its objectives. Okay, what it does, what is the role of NFCH? It provides assistance for physical and psychological rehabilitation of child victims of communal, caste, ethnic, or terrorist violence, besides promoting communal harmony, fraternity, and national integration. So, it should adopt a more proactive approach in order to fight the feeling of this communal consciousness. Okay. Now, respective governments, what the governments have till now done to fight communal violence, that they have constituted various committees, like for example, Sachar Committee, Nanavati Committee, Ranganath Mishra Commission, and all such committees have been formed by the various governments in the past to tackle the problem of communal violence. And even the Nanavati Mehta Commission was formed by the Gujarat government in 2000 to inquire about the Gujarat violence. तो इस तरीके के अगर कम्युनल इंसिडेंट्स हुए हैं तो गवर्नमेंट ने भी कुछ ऐसे कमिटीज या ऐसे स्टेप्स लिए हैं टू फॉर्म और टू फाइट दिस कम्युनल वायलेंस। साचर कमिटी की जो अपॉइंट हुई थी 2005 में, इट रिकमेंडेड सेटिंग अप ऑफ एन इक्वल अपॉर्चुनिटी कमीशन टू फाइट कम्युनलिज्म and it will act as a grievance redressal mechanism for all the individual cases of discriminations. कहीं भी एक तरीके का डिस्क्रिमिनेशन होता है ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ रिलीजन, कास्ट, जेंडर या physical ability. So this community, this particular organization, AOC, was formed as a grievance redressal mechanism to fight such discrimination which might arise. Okay, so this is the end of it. This is the measures that we have discussed, that क्या measures लेने चाहिए government को to fight or combat the feeling of communalism, whether it is by increasing the representation of minority community and weaker sections in all other important law enforcement agencies. Then उसके बाद किस तरीके से एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन को हमें स्ट्रेंथन करना है by providing special training to the police to handle communal rights, स्पेशल इन्वेस्टिगेशन प्रोसिक्यूटिंग एजेंसीज को बनाना है, वैल्यू ओरिएंटेड एजुकेशन को प्रमोट करना है विच विल प्रमोट द वैल्यूज ऑफ पीस, नॉन वायलेंस, कंपैशन, सेक्युलरिज्म, ह्यूमनिज्म, ठीक है। And then obviously you have to develop the proactive approach by your National Foundation for Communal Harmony, which is already in place and which is already working for the objective of promoting communal harmony. तो उसके अप्रोच को कैसे और proactive बनाना है हमें। Then we learnt about how government has constituted even various committees and what are the names of those famous or important communities which have been formed to give their inputs or recommendations to fight the problem of communalism. हमने डायमेंशंस पढ़े कम्युनलिज्म के, क्या डायमेंशंस होते हैं। सेसेशनिस्ट जो डायमेंशन होता है कम्युनलिज्म का, इट इज द एक्सट्रीम फॉर्म wherein a certain community on the basis of its religion starts to demand a separate state or a nation only. Assimilationist क्या होता है, welfareist क्या होता है, वो पढ़ा। Different reasons क्या है कम्युनलिज्म के in India, because we are studying about Indian society, how this feeling of communalism is deeply rooted in the British Indian policy of divide and rule. British Indian history में जो चीजें हुई हैं, whether it was Hindu and the Muslim revivalist organizations, Muslim League, separate electorates, धीरे धीरे करके कैसे social religious reform movements ने भी कहीं ना कहीं कम्युनलिज्म को establish करा, because हमने क्या करा, एंशिएंट इंडियन हिस्ट्री को ग्लोरीफाई करा, मिडीवल को हमने कहीं ना कहीं डिग्रेड किया, व्हिच ऑब्वियसली स्टार्टेड क्रिएटिंग रिजेंटमेंट अमंग्स द मुस्लिम सेक्शन ऑफ द सोसाइटी। फिर कैसे कैसे हमने ये दिखाना शुरू करा बाय द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ सच ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस लाइक हिंदू महासभा, मुस्लिम लीग एंड जो सैयद अहमद अली खान के अलीगढ़ मूवमेंट थे, ऑल सच टाइप की जो चीज़ें मॉडर्न इंडियन हिस्ट्री में हुई, कैसे उन्होंने धीरे धीरे करके सीड्स ऑफ कम्युनलिज्म सो किया इंडियन सोसाइटी में, कि जो एक 1857 के टाइम पे हमको हिंदू मुस्लिम यूनिटी देखने को मिली, वो पूरी तरीके से इरोड हो चुकी थी बाय द टाइम ऑफ 1947, एंड बहुत ज़्यादा कम्युनल वायलेंस एंड हेट्रेड एंड राइट्स होने लग गए थे। after that actually led to the partition of India on the communal basis in 1947 ultimately, and it actually got carried forward even after independence, क्योंकि हमने देखा कि ये सारे टाइप के different communal violence हुए हैं in these different years even after independence. अब उसके पीछे specific reasons क्या है different communal violence के पीछे, वो आप अलग से भी पढ़ सकते हो, ठीक है. फिर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स कम्युनलिज्म की क्या है, डिफरेंट स्टेजेस जिनमें कम्युनलिज्म काम करता है. इट्स नॉट दैट कि एक्सट्रीम फॉर्म ऑफ कम्युनलिज्म ही हो, लिबरल कम्युनलिज्म भी होता है सोसाइटीज में, एंड एक मॉडरेट कम्युनलिज्म भी होता है. तो ये सारा हमने डिटेल में इस लेक्चर में पढ़ा कम्युनलिज्म के बारे में. इट्स अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक बिकॉज कहीं ना कहीं द मैनिफेस्टेशंस ऑफ कम्युनलिज्म आर स्टिल अफेक्टिंग द पीस एंड हार्मनी ऑफ आवर नेशन. तो इसलिए हमें पता होना चाहिए कि क्या है कम्युनलिज्म इन डिटेल. Now, in the next lecture, we will be studying or we will be taking up the topic of regionalism. Communalism, regionalism and secularism are three topics which are given in your social issues paper 2 और हम तीनों को one by one करके पढ़ेंगे. In the next lecture, we will be taking up the topic of regionalism. So, thank you so much.